can never say you've got enough time because you just don't know how quickly it comes up.
Evacuating with animals can take a lot longer than evacuating with just people. It can be quite stressful.
I thought, I want to go and save the dogs. I don't want them to burn.
In many situations, people delay leaving, delay evacuating, refuse to go, and the biggest reason is that they are concerned of what is going to happen to their animals.
I started riding when I was 18 months old. My grandparents just threw me on the back of one and it just grew from there. I absolutely loved it. I love horses, they're their own personality. Wouldn't have life any other way without them.
I have Molly, and she's very happy living here with me. And I have 3 cats, a rabbit, and I've got 3 chickens as well out the backyard.
And my pets, they just provide me with unconditional love. They're always happy to see me. They're always there for me when I'm sad. They just love you. They're very important family members in my opinion.
First fire that I experienced was in August 1986. I went through 2 floods in 88. They were only 6 weeks apart, and then a flood in 1990 and another flood in 1992. We might not see another flood for 10 years, who knows, maybe 20, but we might see one next week. We don't know what's around the corner.
Leading up to the bushfires of 2019, we'd been in a very severe drought for quite a few years. We had dead grass, we had leaves, we had a run of 45-degree days, and so when the fires began and the smoke started setting in, it was brewing the perfect storm for something to go wrong.
When I was sitting on the train on the way home, I thought, I want to go and save the dogs. I don't want them to burn. And so I was very, very worried. And I had a lot of panic inside me. So I took the dogs and the rabbits with me. And I had 8 cats at that time. So I put them all in the car, made sure everything was packed in, and I had everything. I had like wet towels to cover them because it was very, very hot, and it was very frightening at that time.
You can never say you've got enough time because you just don't know how quickly it comes up. It's bad enough you have a family to move, but to have animals to move as well is really, really hard.
It can take a surprising amount of time to get your animals ready to leave. That's why it's important that you have practiced it beforehand so it is a well-oiled machine rather than it being a clunky one on the day. So practicing loading your horses and driving them to the destination they're going to go to. Just practicing with your dogs, putting them into a crate if they travel in a crate, putting your cats in a cat carrier, that kind of thing, and rewarding them for it so it's a familiar exercise. And taking them for little car rides so it's not such a shock to them when they actually do have to do it. So when there has been a high rainfall and I do know the river levels have started to rise, I start to look at the SES pages, their Facebook pages, the Weather Bureau, they tend to update that as well, the police pages, all that kind of thing. They tend to keep everything up to date.
We'd done a lot of planning leading up, and there were 2 trigger points that set off that we were going to leave with animals from our property. As part of my bushfire evacuation plan, I'd made a list of the order that horses were going to come off the property, on what truck or trailer. I'd already pre-prepared the trailer with some feed, water, some fencing, and so the evacuation itself was very smooth. It could have been carnage. A horse could have gotten hurt. Really, when you're facing an emergency, that is the last thing you need to happen. I think it's really important that you network with the community around you. You might be able to help them one day, they might be able to help you. Pick up the phone, open Facebook, have a chat, start that conversation.